What's going on, hybrid shooters? It's Jason, and over the weekend I went to WonderCon and brought with me two of the 85s, the new FE 1.8 and the G Master 1.4. You guys asked for a comparison between these two lenses, so I did a shootout with these wonderful cosplayers using my Sony a7R II and the Flashpoint XPLOR 600. Now before we get started, I want to warn you guys that this isn't a very scientific test, and I'm not going to pixel peep too hard. This is just based on my opinion and my experience with both of these lenses. I did my best to try to keep the conditions the same, so without further ado, let's jump into our first photo. Here we have a Silk cosplay. On the left we have it with the 85-1.8 at 1.8, and on the right G Master at 1.7 because it doesn't do 1.8. Anyways, right off the bat, both of these photos look almost indistinguishable. If we zoom into the bokeh right here, it looks practically the same. Just to show you guys another example, we have here a Faye Valentine cosplayer in front of some palm trees, and if we zoom into the window and palm tree right here, yes, appearance-wise, they look different, but the quality of the bokeh is still very minute. We have here a lovely Mary Jane Watson, and if we zoom up, kind of hard to tell, so let's go ahead and move to the right over here. You know what? The shape of the bokeh on the G Master is much rounder compared to the cat eye shaped on the new 85mm. It does seem like the G Master is a tad more creamier, but again, it wasn't very apparent from the first look. Alright, so let's go ahead and zoom into Mary Jane's eyes really quickly, and at 1.8 and 1.7, both these eyes are incredibly sharp. Yes, I did some minor post-processing to her eyes. I sharpened it up a little bit, but let me go ahead and pull up a JPEG just so you can see how sharp those eyes are straight out of the camera. Now let's go ahead and compare the new 85mm at 1.8 to the G Master at 1.4. And yes, you're gonna notice a difference between the two. The 1.4 is definitely a lot more creamier and blurred out. Looking at this background person here on the left, the 1.8 makes them look very prominent, but at 1.4 they're meshed into the background. So in this type of situation in a crowded area, the 1.4 will help isolate your subject even more. But with a different background with no people in it, it'd be hard to tell. As seen in this Faye cosplay shots right here, let's zoom in back to the window and the palm tree again. And as you can see, the 1.4 shot right here, the window and the palm tree look like they're blending in together, but at 1.8, you can still see a separation between the two. And lastly, just so we make a full circle, in these photos of Silk, they look nearly identical. So how sharp is the new 85 at 1.8? Let's go ahead and examine the eyes as well as some of the details in their cosplays. And here we have another cosplay from Cowboy Bebop. This is the main character, Spike. Zooming in at 1.8, you can see his eyes are sharp. You see a lot of details in his hair. I actually didn't even notice he sprayed some color onto his hair until now. His nose ring, his facial hair, and the details on his cigarette butt. Moving on to my favorite cosplay and shot of the day, Jedi Snow White. Zooming in right into her eyes at 1.8, tack sharp. You can even see the reflection of her lightsaber in her left eyeball over here. Coming down to her cosplay right over here, you can tell she put in a lot of effort into her outfit. You can really tell what material she used to craft this together, and you can even see the stitches on these red patches on her shoulders. Also, I would like to point out her belt down here. You can really see the crinkle in the leather, the details in the metallic leaf, as well as the scuffs on her Apple belt buckle. And for our final image, we have this Witch Mercy cosplay from Overwatch, and just for comparison's sake, we're gonna pull up the G Master version at 1.4. As you can tell, both of these lenses did a great job capturing the details of her outfit. You can really see it in her hair and her eyes. Coming down on her shirt, you can really see the lines on the outlines of it, as well as the materials that she used for the buttons. And lastly, let's examine her pouch. It's much more in focus at 1.8 than at 1.4, and you can really see the ridges on the top of her pouch. Performance-wise, it's also very indistinguishable. The new 85 has no hiccups trying to find focus. I feel like it focuses just as fast as the G Master because there were times I forgot which 85 I had mounted onto my camera. And to be honest with you guys, at the end of the test, I shot almost exclusively on the new 85-1.8 just because of its form factor. Overall, I was genuinely surprised how much I enjoyed using the new 85-1.8. It's truly a lens that packs a lot of punches for what it's worth. Had I not already gone with the G Master, I would have totally gone the 1.8 and saved on the money. I really did wish Sony released this lens before the G Master. If you're just starting out in portrait photography, the new 85-1.8 is going to be your best option. But if you're somebody who's a little more experienced and want that bokeh to be a little bit more creamier, go with the G Master. If not, the new 85-1.8 is still a solid performer. I want to give a special thanks to Sony Pro Support and Lens Rental for loaning me the new 85-1.8. They didn't pay me to do this review, I just simply asked for it. It's actually a perk when you're a Sony Pro Support member here in the US. So if you are a professional with Sony gear, sign up with Sony Pro Support today. Also, I want to give a quick shout out to my friend Mark Wang for assisting me on the lighting over the weekend. You really helped make this video possible, so thank you very much. So hopefully this video has helped some of you guys out there in deciding which of these 85s to get. Regardless of which one you decide to go with, I would really appreciate it if you guys can buy it through my Amazon affiliate link. The links are international, so wherever you are, whatever you buy, a small kickback will come back to me to help me continue growing this channel. Other than that, give me a like, sub me, follow me on social media, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.